Maharaj. He put all the effort, was raining, he got stuck in the rain, lost, so his guru wanted to look for him, and then when he saw Krishna all wet in the rain with the wood for his guru, he said, wow, you really pleased me, now I give you all the blessing that you may achieve whatever you want in this life and in your next life. Just by Moni Seva. And we see how Ishvara Puri, he was cleaning Madhavendra Puri in the old age. He was positioned by a small menial service. So you can imagine how much you can get if you really give your whole life and please Guru and try to serve the mission. Because you're not only pleasing Krishna, but you're pleasing also Guru Acharya Parampara. So we see this in the life of our Guru Maharaj. How he from morning till night, he's non-stop giving himself. And it's one of the qualities, Srila Govinda Maharaj mentioned, one of the qualities of the persons is he's nirmastara, he's not envious. When the person doesn't have envy, when he's free from envy, the person gives himself 100%. Because such a Vaishnava, for him, for such a Vaishnava, there is no question of seeing this world as a paraphernalia to worship Krishna. So we see in Guru Maharaj how his whole life, he doesn't see nothing else than to worship Krishna and be with the devotees, help the devotees, nothing else. He doesn't have other agenda, other business, other things to do. You never see Guru Maharaj engaged in nothing else apart from that. I never saw him in my life. Either being with the devotees, being in a meeting, giving a class, and traveling from one point to another point. You don't see Guru Maharaj going to one time they invite Guru Maharaj in Dubai. Say, Guru Maharaj, we have a day trip. We go to the desert. And we travel in a Ford truck in the sand dunes. And we go. I was like, yes, we go. Say, Guru Maharaj, the ticket, we can go. So Guru Maharaj say, I cannot go. I'm a Guru, I'm a sannyasi. And I cannot connect it with Krishna. So I cannot go. That was it. So even simple thing like that, like everyone will go and you just ride in the dunes, it's not a big deal. But Guru Maharaj couldn't connect to Krishna, so didn't go. And like that, many times he get these kind of invitations, say no. Only should be something connected with Krishna, otherwise he doesn't. Because that's the principle of Yukta Vairagya. You use everything for Krishna. If you cannot serve Krishna, what is the use? And this is the quality of a pure devotee. And many times we speak about pure devotees, we hear about pure devotees, we say yes, a pure devotee. But many times we read, we hear in classes, a pure devotees read. And when we hear about pure devotees in our heart, like we read the life of Narottam Thakur, we read the life of Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, and previous acharyas, and we read and we say, wow, such an amazing Vaishnavas, I wish I was there serving such a great personalities. Yes, it comes into your heart, this thought. I wish I was there when Prabhupada was here, I wish I was there when Narottam Thakur was in the planet, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'm here now. But we don't realize that here we have such a big calibers of pure devotees like Guru Maharaj. With us, now, today, we can serve such a great personality. Such a great personalities are not only measured, it's not a sentiment of, oh, he's a pure devotee, blah, blah, blah. But there are many references from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So we have from Guru, Srila Prabhupada. He says, that was spoken to me directly from the mouth of the person that was present during that time, Srinathji. He was, I will narrate like if I was him, so it will be easy for you to picture the event. He was in Chaupati temple. Guru Maharaj was invited there, so he came and he was standing in the public and he says, "This is now you'll see Jayapataka Maharaj." But 40 years ago, he said, "Now I'm 70, in those days I was 30 years old." So Prabhupada came to my house with this young brahmachari, Jayapataka. So in those days was Jayapataka Das Brahmachari. So he came to my house and Prabhupada told my father, "Okay, we need to give to this young boy the citizenship of India." So my father was very curious because he was working in the parliament, and he said, "But Swamiji, he's an American. All the Indians, they want to go to America and get American passport. Why are you going to get Indian passport?" So now because he's an eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya. And he took birth in the West to help me, and then he came here to preach. And he made predictions. He said he will have 50,000 disciples that mainly will be from India and Bangladesh and Bengal. Yeah, Bengal, like Bangladesh, Orissa, Nepal. He said mainly from the Prabhupada made that prediction. I heard that all the past time before, but I never heard this prediction that Prabhupada made. We see Guru saying something about a personality. And sometimes we may doubt, oh, maybe like that, maybe Prabhupada say, but he said a few times. Also, but he says a few times, specifically to him. And another time Prabhupada says the same thing, Jayapataka Swami was an associate of Lord Chaitanya. He said, "No, Prabhupada, I'm very fallen." And Prabhupada looked at him and he say, don't you ever doubt about what your Guru is saying." So it was another time Guru saying something like that. And then we have Shastra. So we find some reference in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's literature about Guru Maharaj, directly or indirectly. I have here the form. Should I read? I heard you, I'm sure you hear that. That's why I always carry the phone. Okay. So those who selflessly preach the Lord's holy name will be worshipable everywhere. It's a very important statement. Everywhere, not because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, because we see this many times, but it's worshipable everywhere. Vaishnavas who preach the Lord's holy name, this includes many of you, or all of you that are preaching, are worshipable everywhere. There is no doubt that the spiritual effulgence of the pure holy name will soon dissipate the darkness of false argument. We hope that very soon the Namahata program will expand in a huge way. The positions and titles that have been entered into the Sri Gauranga Sampradaya will soon be destroyed, and ultimately the victory flag. This Jayapataka name is there. Of the pure holy name will continue to soar in the eastern and western countries. This is from Vishnu Priya Pali magazine, from Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the Toshani book. So this is one reference. Also Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in his predictions about Namahata, he says something very, that I read, I didn't copy somehow, please forgive me. But he says, in Navadvip, so he mentioned Navadvip, that's why it was very powerful for me. They say, few devotees of Lord Chaitanya will start the Namahata and will spread all over West Bengal. And we see that Guru Maharaj started in Namahata. In Navadvip, everything started in Mayapur, the Namahata program. And how now is spread all over Navadvip. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur prediction. This is Guru, Shastra. Shastra is here, there. He's making a prediction. And sadhus. You see how many, we will see later on some offerings of different Vaishnavas, like Sachinanda Maharaj, or I'll tell a sad story. I told yesterday, but who was yesterday Friday in Birmingham? Fantastic. But back to Tirtha Maharaj. All of you may hear or know His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, who was a great preacher, a pure devotee, very dear to Prabhupada. He was so dear and so austere that he was eating bananas and milk with honey every day. That was his only meal. So when Prabhupada found out, he called him and he said, because of your austerity, you will see Krishna in this lifetime. Because Prabhupada told him to Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj that. So one time we were in Canada. You know, it's a famous picture, Guru Maharaj and he is sitting on top. You saw Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj and Guru Maharaj sitting on top. So during that time, I got a book from Maharaj, so I went to see him to sign the book. And to get the chance to talk to Maharaj a little bit. Because for me, he was one of my idols. You know, Bhakti Tirtha Swami, Jayapataka Swami were like, the kirtan was fantastic, so I went and said, Maharaj, can you sign for me the book? So Maharaj looked at me, I was like, I said, who are you? And I'm the servant of Jayapataka Maharaj. So you know, no one knows your Guru Maharaj, but I know. But nobody knows him. So I'm traveling like him now. So I know what is he doing. I know who he is, but no one knows. So I got like a little shocked. But I knew like Guru Maharaj is an amazing personality. I kind of relate with Maharaj's feelings. And later on, when Maharaj was leaving his body, that was told by his disciples and also was told to all the assembly of devotees by Radhanath Maharaj. He said that, he mentioned, I was there with him, many sannyasis came, talking to Maharaj, taking care of Maharaj, but suddenly he heard the news, Jayapataka Maharaj is coming. So in that moment, he called his disciples, and he says, a pure devotee is coming. You need to paint the whole temple and all the house. So the devotee said, Maharaj, so you paint all the house. So all the disciples paint all the temple, the house, everything. And then not only that, in this condition he was very fragile because he was almost leaving the body. He went into the wheelchair to every room to check if it was properly done. And then when Guru Maharaj came, he told Guru Maharaj that, please take care of all my disciples. I have sannyas disciples, please initiate them. And he says, nobody understands you, Maharaj. So I know who you are, but nobody knows. He repeats the same thing. He said, please try to act in such a way that the people can understand you. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj ki Jai. Our Guru Sarva Shastra confirmed that he's such a great personality. And then we have another step more, that is the legacy that a person leaves. Because you can be so great, but yet be the Bhajananandi in your place and chanting peaceful. And we can see all the amount, immense service that His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj did in our movement and for Prabhupada. Regardless if it is your Guru Maharaj or not your Guru Maharaj, anyone can appreciate that. They cannot say no. We see South India, we have Rajamundry, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Bangalore, Mangalore, Hubli, Udupi, Sri Rangana, Tirupati, Hyderabad, Madurai, Tirunelveli, Agartala, keep going guys, Coimbatore, Kerala, yes, and all these places he opened temples. And it's very significant because Lord Chaitanya spent 6 years traveling around South India. 6 years. Should I stop here and continue later on? So he spent 6 years traveling around South India, and Guru Maharaj followed like his path. And in each place Lord Chaitanya was there, he's making sure that we have temples and centers. In some places we have 2 temples in one city. Like in Madurai, we have 2 temples now. So like that, slowly he's trying to open more and more temples. Then we see, not only that, we see Bangladesh. We have like 20, 30 temples. And many of the places that we have temples is Holy Dham. It's part of Gaura Mandala Bhumi. We have Pundarik Vidyanidhi, we have Rupan Sanata temple, we have the place where Jagannath Mishra birthplace, Vasudev Mukunda, Govinda Datta, and many other places in Bangladesh that Maharaj Guru Maharaj opened those centers, those temples. And then we have West Bengal, Mayapur Dham, Calcutta, how much Assam, Siliguri, Guwahati, Silchar. If you see Guru Maharaj list, they sent me an email, said please make sure you reply. It's 96 pages. Each page is one center that Guru Maharaj has. Temple, that area that he is, 96 pages. None of the stuff is like this, a booklet. I still didn't finish all his zones. And then we have South America. We have Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, is his zones, all developed with temples and centers. And he also goes to Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay, Uruguay, different countries. So we have how in all of his places really well developed. Some people even, Maharaj is not a good manager. I question. All the places he is are one of the best temples worldwide. We can say everything about Mayapur, but Mayapur is the biggest center, biggest temple worldwide, with the biggest community living nowadays in Mayapur. And when there is a big community, there are also problems. It's normal, yes? We are 5. What problem is there? Okay, I may fight with him a little bit, but we are 5,000. We are 5,000 people, of course, in communities there, but 5,000 people. We host festivals for 100,000 people coming. Like this Gaura Purnima was tremendous. 100,000 people. It was like I don't know if you saw the pictures. It was like an ocean of people. It was, and then when we make it in the parking outside. First we used to make it in the temple. I remember temple room. Then they moved it outside to the park outside, and they was there for many years until this year they make it behind in the parking lot. It was massive. And we had the Panchatattva, Mahavishek. It was so crowded. I didn't even went inside. Maha also didn't went inside. I was just throwing water to the people because they were fainting. It was so packed and so tired. People were fainting. That quantity of people that come to Mayapur. And before, the people leave, the Watford festival finish, peaceful, Mayapur again. But now, even all the Watfords leave, normal days, Sunday, they come 10, 20,000 people. You cannot even go inside the temple. In a normal festivity that, like Rasa Purnima or something normal, 20, 30,000 people come, you cannot even go to the temple. You just go, put Mayapur TV in Mayapur. So, and many of these 100,000 people that come to Mayapur, many are all members of Bhakti Vriksha and Namahata congregation that we preach. And we're developing Calcutta very nicely, and on the way from Mayapur to Calcutta there are many cities like Habibpur and I can't remember all the cities. Confirm. So it's also being developed, and Calcutta, so many places they are trying to open a new temple, a new centers. So like that, we can see that the legacy. And if you see the congregation in West Bengal, all these places, hundreds of thousands. Bangladesh, hundreds of thousands. South India, hundreds of thousands. And then we see Middle East. I forgot about Middle East area. It's only Middle East. It's all developed. You see in every country we go, there are thousands of devotees, 5,000, 10,000. When they make a festival, 10,000 people come. 10,000. He started. And then we see programs like we're doing now, Bhakti Riksha. So difficult to start with Bhakti Riksha. From 1996 that the program started until 2000, we struggled everywhere to introduce so much. Only Indians. But now we see how Russia blew 5,000 devotees in 5 years. This is a great success for Prabhupada. Because Guru Maharaj doesn't take personal credit. I will comment on this after some time. Then we see how, how many quantity, and then we see the Bhakti Vriksha doing now in UK. I remember I told her, and I told you also probably one time, I don't know if you remember the first festival in Birmingham, so now you see 30, 40 people. But I have the vision, I just saw that this place, in a couple of years you will have hundreds of people. And I will see that I already have hundreds of people in UK Bhakti Vriksha. And not only that, they became number one in UK in book distribution from the congregation. And not only they inspired so many yatras like Denmark, Switzerland, etc., Germany, like that. So we see a great success. And not only is going down in Europe, it's also in America. And not only in America, it's also in South America. We started many groups in South America. We have like 10, 15 groups. So it's a great service. And it's also mentioned by the previous acharyas. Because you see, it's not like he creates a program. He just went, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has this desire, Godruma Kalpatavi work like that. It's a multi-level marketing system that Bhaktivinoda Thakur created, and he has this model. We're going to implement this model. What it works, make it. That's what Guru Maharaj does. And then he says, okay, people want more counseling, although the Bhakti Vriksha has counseling system included there, and it's okay. We have the system Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He made the system of the Upadesh. You know Upadesh? Upadesh system. So he's implementing a new tools, new apps. No? We have the 4 different apps. So we're creating new apps for helping the devotees and helping the counselors and the mentors to get more tools according to the desires of the previous acharyas, like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And if you see, look in Shastra, read in the books, this Upanishad, Sato Brite, the secret of success in your spiritual life. You can chant 64 rounds every day, 130 rounds every day, very nice. But if you please a devotee, even once, even if you don't chant, but you please a Vaishnava even once, that's it. So we see if you please the previous acharyas, how much power that has. It's unlimited power. The blessing that you get are beyond our understanding. And if you don't believe, I tell you a story. Very famous story, very touching. And until now, when I remember, I feel like, wow. During Prabhupada time, he was with sannyas, devotees. So he says, we need to preach in Japan. And then, who can go to Japan? So he says, if someone goes to Japan and preach, I will personally come and take him back to Krishna. So one sannyas raised the hand and went to Japan and preached. So okay, Prabhupada, go. So after he fell down, he was out of his, he took his time out, not out of his, but he was, taking his time off. And then he became old, he became sick, and he was dying in LA. This happened in LA. So he was dying. And then when he was dying, the day he died, before he died, he was laying down in the bed and he stood up. And he said, Prabhupada, you came. And left the body. Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
What was the name? Sudama Maharaj. That's the power right there. And not with Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. It is all there for all of us. A small pleasing chop, a Vaishnava. He's very happy. He's very happy. He wants to take you, finish. No more argument. There is no rules and regulation by the mercy. The mercy of the Vaishnava is so powerful that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the treasure hold of the pure prema was closed. No one had access. That he put the most magnanimous personalities to open it. Nityananda Prabhu, Sadhu Damodar, Sanatana Swami to open the treasure hold of the pure prema. He put Nityananda Prabhu. The Nityananda Prabhu, not only that, because Lord Chaitanya, he gives the mercy to a person qualified or unqualified. He doesn't ask, he gives. But Nityananda Prabhu, not only that he doesn't ask, he forcefully gives. Like Jagamadai, with 2 hands he goes and gives the mercy. Even if you don't want, I give you. Even if you hit me, I give you the pure love. So he put Nityananda. And we see how the Vaishnavas are so merciful, more merciful than Krishna himself. Because Krishna says, you surrender to me, then I help you. But Guru is even more merciful. So Guru is the incarnation of the mercy of Krishna. And Guru is how many? Are you sure? Yes, 1. What's that loka? You say? Krishna Bande Jagat Guru. There is only one Guru. One Guru. And when was the day of Vyasa Puja, Lord Nityananda, Chaitanya Charitamrita and the other Leelas mentioned that Lord Nityananda wanted to offer the garland to Lord Chaitanya. And when he put the garland, he saw himself. Why he saw himself? Because Nityananda is the original Guru, Balaram. Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Pahayanya, Balaram Hoilo Nitai. Nityananda is Balaram, is the original Guru, so he saw himself. So the whole Guru Puja was to himself. Lord Chaitanya organized that and tricked Nityananda Prabhu. So everyone saw that Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya were the same personalities. So like that we see how Guru Maharaj has so much mood of Nityananda Prabhu, of Guru, how he represents. Because he doesn't live for himself. Nityananda is Avaduta, but Guru Maharaj is like kind of Avaduta, how he lives, in the way he acts. That he goes everywhere, no consideration, time, place, circumstance, physical body, still he goes out and gives the mercy. That's the mood. Still, he's thinking of all of you. And it's amazing. Because he thinks, he really thinks. It's not like, sometimes you may think he's not thinking. I remember one time, he was thinking in one person. No, one person was thinking in Guru Maharaj, one devotee, just now in Singapore. One Mataji, she was thinking about Guru Maharaj, I miss Guru Maharaj, I really want to see him, I'm totally busy, I cannot go. And she started crying, I wish Guru Maharaj come to my house. It's an impossible thing, in Singapore we stay for one day in the same house or hotel, and we don't go out because it's restricted country, so we have so many rules and regulations. As Guru Maharaj stepped into the airport, he said, I want to go to this Mataji's house. We're like Guru Maharaj, we'll stay for a few hours. Just 5 minutes. Just go in the car, from the car and say hi. We knew it's not like that. 5 minutes. Actually, it took him half an hour, was really fair. But he went to the Mataji house. The same Mataji that was thinking in Guru Maharaj, crying that he couldn't go, and she was completely shocked. Because Krishna is like that. He's a Chaitya Guru. He manifests in Guru. And at one time they have Prabhupada, the Guru knows everything. Prabhupada doesn't need to know everything. He knows what he needs to know. Because Guru is not Krishna. He doesn't need to know what happened in everyone's heart. No. Or what happened with everybody. But if you need to tell something to Guru, if Krishna wants to show, okay, your disciple is doing good, is doing bad, Krishna book, manifest. Yes, like that. So we see how Krishna manifests in Guru Maharaj. I told this story before, but I tell again another similar story how Krishna manifests in Guru Maharaj. It's powerful. For me, it was a life changing situation. I went to the altar. I was praying to Radha Madhava, specifically to Radharani. Because Guru Maharaj always prays. He always prays. Wherever he goes, he prays. Like for him, offering prayers is like a must. Bandhana, right? Bandhana is prayers, right? Bandhana. He was offering his prayers for Prabhupada, Panchatattva, Radha Madhava, and Nrsimhadev. So before he goes, I went before. He was here, I was here. Because I don't like all the people pushing me around. I cannot pray, I get distracted pushing people around more. So when I was praying before, and then I left. I was praying specifically to Radharani for certain things. And, I don't feel the connection, things like that. So I went depressed outside before Guru Maharaj came. And then Guru Maharaj came 2 minutes after me. So I was walking toward his house. He was in the wheelchair. He said, Ekanatha! Called me. So yes, I didn't want to go. Actually, I wasn't feeling the mood. These days when you... So, okay, I said, okay, go on, Guru Maharaj calling me. Says, I have something for you. So he said, what, Guru Maharaj? He said, this is the garland from Srimati Radharani. And I got my hair started crying and said, wow, Krishna listened to me. But the most Krishna listened to him, how he knows. Because never give me a garland. Like, if Guru Maharaj give me a garland, it means that we did something really extraordinary, amazingly. The servants will get a garland. Because garland is for all of you. You see Guru Maharaj once in a year, twice in a year, so he's thinking of you, I need to give the garland to all of you. Something special. It's a blessing. I didn't do nothing. And also he gives garland when we go to a program, so we all have garlands, we go VIP line, we don't need to wait, so give garlands like that. But to give a garland like this, I was like, never. And to say this is from Radharani, it was like, oh my God, it blew my mind. And another time, I was praying to Prabhupada also. And then I was really praying to Prabhupada. In Mayapur, I was started crying and came out of the temple really frustrated. Again, and then Guru Maharaj, exactly the same thing came. And he says, he called me. He said, Ekanatha, you know what? And say, what, Guru Maharaj? He said, Shas was praying for you. And I know Guru Maharaj said, Guru Maharaj, you always pray for everybody. He said, no, I was praying for you. And then I even say, really, Guru Maharaj, you prayed? I swear I was praying for you. He said, I believe. And then, anyway, he told me what he was praying for me. But just immediately, as soon as I prayed for Prabhupada, he came and told me that. And it was connected to my prayers. Something I private. But it was like Guru Maharaj, another thing. And like that, Guru Maharaj is very connected with each of you. If you connect to Krishna, sincerely from heart, Krishna connects to Guru. And not only Guru Maharaj, it's a Guru. Yes, don't think only Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj is connected to Krishna, the rest no. No. Any Guru is connected to Krishna. Very connected. Even Shiksha Gurus, even devotees are very connected to Krishna. There are many stories when one devotee tells something, need help, and then other devotees somehow happen to go and help. And the devotees came to my house when I needed the most. Why? Because connected to Krishna. Krishna sent the devotees. We are like agents of Krishna to help Krishna in doing his service. So that Guru Maharaj has a big connection with Krishna and Prabhupada. Another time, I told this in